Learn Spanish. Verb decir. To say, to tell in the present tense. Hola! In this video lesson, I will explain the verb decir, which means to say or to tell. Before we move on, we need to conjugate or change the verb. Notice that the verb decir is an irregular verb. Note the irregular yo form that goes from C to G. Also, the verb decir is a shoe-verb because when we trace where the changes occur, it forms the shape of a shoe or boot. Let's begin. Decir, to say, to tell. Yo digo, tú dices, él dice, ella dice, usted dice. Nosotros decimos, nosotras decimos, vosotros decís, vosotras decís, ellos dicen, ellas dicen, ustedes dicen. This is a very useful verb in Spanish. Here is a well-known question to learn in Spanish. ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? And then you say the word. Or literally, you will be asking, how does one say? Or how is it said? But the actual meaning would be, how do you say? ¿Cómo se dice? Now, let's practice the verb decir. El profesor dice que la próxima semana hará una prueba de español. ¿Por qué no dices la verdad? Tus padres sabrán entenderte. Cuando veas a Manuel, le dices que mi papá quiere hablar con él. Let's see if you learned the conjugation of the verb decir. First, I would show you the verbs in Spanish. Then, I would show you their translation in English, and your job is to match them. Don't worry, I would show you the correct answer. Let's begin. Digo, decimos, dicen. So it will be digo, I say, decimos, we say, dicen, they say. Next. Decir, dicen, dice. Decir, to say. Dicen, you all say. Dice, Pedro says. Decís, dices, dicen. Decís, you all say. Dices, you say in the familiar. Dicen, they say. Digo, dice, dices. Digo, I say. Dice, you say in the formal. Dices, you say familiar. Digo, dice, decimos, decir. Digo, I say. Dice, she says. Decimos, we say. Decir, to say. Dice, decimos, decís, digo. Dice, Marina says. Decimos, I and my daughter say. Decís, you and your friends say. Digo, I say. Good job! Now that you know the different forms of the verb decir, let's see if you can use the right form of the verb decir to fill in the blanks. Don't worry, I will provide you with the correct answer. Also, try to translate the sentence into English. Don't worry if you get it wrong. I will provide you with the correct answer. ¿Quién blank siempre la verdad? Dice. ¿Quién dice siempre la verdad? The translation should be who always tells the truth? Yo, between parentheses, no blank mentiras. Digo, no digo mentiras, or yo no digo mentiras. The translation, I do not tell lies, or I don't tell lies. Vicente blank, que tiene dolor de estómago por comer tanto. Dice. Vicente dice que tiene dolor de estómago por comer tanto. And the translation, Vicente says he has a stomachache due to eating too much. ¿Qué blank? ¿Ustedes del restaurante nuevo? Dicen. ¿Qué dicen ustedes del restaurante nuevo? And the translation, what do you all say about the new restaurant? Isaías y María, blank, que hace mucho calor en Mérida. Dicen. Isaías y María dicen que hace mucho calor en Mérida. Translation, Isaías and María say that it is hot in Mérida. Antonio blank, que su esposa va a estar bien en unos días. Dice. Antonio dice que su esposa va a estar bien en unos días. Translation, Antonio says that his wife is going to be fine in a few days. Pedro quiere blank lee a su mejor amiga que ella le gusta. Decir. Pedro quiere decirle a su mejor amiga que ella le gusta. Translation, Pedro wants to tell his female friend that he likes her. Note that in this sentence, we only need to change the first verb. In this case, querer, tú quiere. The second verb is kept in the infinitive. And to it, we attach the le, which means to her. Le is an indirect object. I will place a link in the comment section below. So if you have not watched my video in the direct and indirect object, that you can watch those in order to understand why le is attached to the infinitive. Let's continue. Tú, blank, que ellos van al correo. Dices, Tú dices que ellos van al correo. Translation, you say that they go to the post office. Mis primos, blank, que ellos quieren ir al banco. Dicen, mis primos dicen que ellos quieren ir al banco. Translation, my cousins say that they would like to go to the bank. Yo, blank, que la plaza es muy interesante. Digo, yo digo que la plaza es muy interesante. Translation, I say that the plaza is very interesting. Él, blank, que ella va a ver una película. Dice, él dice que ella va a ver una película. Translation, he says that she is going to watch a movie. ¿Qué, blank, tú, vamos al parque? Dices, ¿qué dices tú? ¿Vamos al parque? What do you say? Are we going to the park? Carolina y yo, blank, que la playa es bonita. Decimos, Carolina y yo decimos que la playa es bonita. Translation, Carolina and I say that the beach is beautiful. Los profesores, blank, que tenemos que estudiar. Dicen, los profesores dicen que tenemos que estudiar. Translation, the professors say that we must study or that we have to study. Raúl y Sofía, blank, que es un extraterrestre. Dicen, Raúl y Sofía dicen que es un extraterrestre. Raúl and Sofía say that it is an extraterrestrial, an alien. Pilar, blank, que es un perro. Dice, Pilar dice que es un perro. Translation, Pilar says that it is a dog. Ana, blank, que ella quiere ir al supermercado. Dice, Ana dice que ella quiere ir al supermercado. Ana says that she would like to go to the supermarket. Muy bien, that's it for this video on the verb decir. Hopefully you found it helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this video. Do not forget to practice your own sentences in the comment section below. And also don't forget to recommend and subscribe to my channel for updates on new Spanish video lessons. It's free. Gracias por ver mi video. Hasta el próximo video.